welcome back. You're here watching more Kaguya-sama, and of course everything is going exactly according to plan, because when you want something, you obfuscate it as much as possible, say the opposite of what you mean, and push away those that you care for. That's the ideal way to go about your desires. But considering we have one personality that is winning out over the others, we've got the Ice Princess coming back into the forefront, wanting to win on her terms. Is she going to get what she desires, or is it going to be drawn out for even longer? It's very hard to be honest sometimes, just be open about your feelings and your wants and desires, but it sure beats whatever the hell is going on here. You know, considering how this started off, after the amazing lengths that Shugane went through for that festival thing, all the balloons and planning that went into it, really kind of next to her talking to the one in the... Was it the war criminal she was talking to about it? Saying how she just wants a normal romance. Very few can ever dream of her setting up such an occasion like he did before, but normal's good. Sometimes you don't want big and flashy. Also, considering the jury set out for Kaguya's personality there, are we going to have it break apart and birth of new ones? The return of the, what was it, the judge, the child of Kaguya? He's doing fine. It doesn't look it. A sight for sort of... it's a bit too fresh. She is what, going to force her way into that lunch, is she? I'm so very hungry. She sounds so convincing and sincere. I mean, not entirely incorrect, but... well, that's a... damn her and her hearing. Well, the plans were foiled there. She doesn't know what goes into those. Even though she just said that she wanted them. There are some things that you shouldn't be saying. I mean, compared to some breakfasts or lunches and whatnot that she could have. If she tried to destroy them all! just keep running. Run away from your problems. They're also nice, aren't they? Trying to share their food with her. Of course not. Is she going to end up ripping apart the student council just over lunch? She's destroying them one at a time. I would escape as well, Ishigami. He made the right call there. I mean, in his sleep-deprived state, it's not gonna go well, is it? The poor octopus sausage. He's not taking no for an answer here. Tasty. I don't think she's had her fill yet. Just give it a few more moments. But what a waste of food. Did it at least catch it, or is it rolling about on the floor now? It's a bit difficult to wipe her mouth like this. I wonder what she could mean. That was slightly not off-putting, but weird. You know when people upscale anime to be 60 frames a second, where it just looks off, a little unnerving. That was a nice bit of camera and extended perspective of the room. But it might have been a little much for him. Too much stimulation after not a good night's sleep. God damn. Didn't... Oh, unfamiliar ceiling. Didn't expect a hospital visit after just trying to have lunch. Switch places? Hasn't fully recovered from the beating they received at the trial earlier. She's going into self-pity and all the like. What is all that? Masks? Well, that kind of feelings are driven into them from a young age. They're trying to do a nice thing, but she's not doing it fast enough. She's expecting the most and best of everyone around her because of her upbringing, but sometimes... Huh? She wasn't used to that kind of blowback. I mean, if you want to look at an example of someone who is at best mediocre, unable to do a lot of the things that some people might be able to, there's a certain headphone-wearing boy in the student council. That is neat. I like the icicles piercing everyone around her. A bit of a visual representation of what she's saying. But the fact that she's not relishing in it. Doesn't like hurting people. It's just the only thing she can think about is staying out of the way, or make things worse. While she is sinking into that feeling. She can't help herself from her. What a terrible day for rain. How many masks is she wearing to hide her own feelings from herself? Well, she has to learn and grow for herself, every part of her. Everyone has parts of themselves they don't want to be brought out into the fold. This seems a little heavier than what most people might be dealing with. Although, feeling overly self-critical might be something. She's put her mind to it. Not until she gets what she wants. They're all birds of a feather. They're one of the same kin. True, if she doesn't have to hide herself in the worst parts of her own mind that she thinks of, was to win out overall. A I was what? Huh? Well, actually, no, that's not surprising. The same amount of calories, but a good run. You know, reward herself after a lot of exercise, but also that doctor. Why does he remind me of that like meme gif? Can I get a second opinion? Where did he get his medical license? You just overwork, stress, and then like. Yeah. Rather than, well, at least it's not America. Yeah, they would just shoot him. It's easier than paying for the treatment. Doctor, can you keep some of your advice to yourself? So your life could head down the same path. Seriously? Hmm. Get it off his chest, something that he can talk to someone that won't remember or need to. Did it get a little tense in here? Hmm. And since he wasn't a prodigy and the like, not what she wanted. He still tried his hardest. Jesus Christ. I mean, when they said get a little off his chest, did they think it would come to this? She's straightforward, I guess. But to go straight into his mother abandoned him because he wasn't doing well enough. If you'd looked at him now, seeing he top of the school and president of student council, hmm. This isn't games, this is education we're talking about. And we'll see where that bravado went to. Really standing out in one way or another. I guess it's definitely one way to make your presence known. To be fair, it will help out in most aspects of life if for doing well like that and making a name for yourself. But I can now see a bit more mental turmoil. He's pushed himself. It's not kind of like her selfish side, his cowardice, as it were. No bravado. Just the doctor's advice. Yeah, just fake it until you make it. Maybe he needs a new profession. Also, for a nursing assistant, she's picking him up quite well. Sound advice or just advice? They overheard the entire thing. Is that something that you should have been listening in on? I guess it would help them, really. Or definitely help her come to some sort of understanding. Get him back on his feet. And then it cuts. Zarualdo! Surprise Dio. You've got to love Sugar and his father. He doesn't appear all too often, but when he does. God, it is very dark. I don't know how this is going to come across on YouTube, but please don't die. You can at least turn on a side light, a lamp, maybe. Who was? Oh, was it the male personality? You know, the disguise that she put on. I do like the blue light being sent off by the light by the phone. she just carries around that photo. Also, she can work on the impersonation a little. And let me guess, while they're having this back and forth with her pretending to be Shirogane, just relay things across. Can you make it shorter? It's hard to type all of this. I mean, make it... Make it believable. Everyone's got to get into character. Just my 2 cents. I wonder how it's so close. The fact that she knows how Kaguya thinks, after all. Been around them for so long. Just be direct. I feel like the back and forth there kind of went off the deep end a bit fast. I think once you can accept the parts of you that you yourself think are like underdeveloped or you're not particularly proud of, it's one step towards becoming full, isn't it? And she is just the same. So once they completely let their guard down, pride, bravado, the lot of it can go out the window. Oh, that was neat. You could see the sun of the building, whatever, cutting out the light. Would she have been able to... been able to hide or be able to open up like that at all, even a little bit ago? He's gotten deep in despair here. The fact he sees himself as having, I think, the fact that he's built up this entire presence around his own hard work. What the fuck? He needs that many bits of motivation to get him back on track. Might be good to take down some of those notes should he ever have a guest round, but still, yeah, collapsing once wasn't good enough. I want Santa Dog. Wonder what kind of presents we'll get. I think I've been a good boy this year, so as long as it's not cold, sure we'll be fine. Even with her thorny state, the Ice Princess, her inner feelings being, she pushes everyone away, hurts those around her, just by her existence and her high standards. And yet, even so, there was still some that stuck around. You can see just how much family really can fuck you up. The fact that her family is so... have these grand plans and ambitions and a family name and high standards that they have to adhere to, keeping her at this level, which then trickle down to other people she meets, and Shirogane and his mother. Now, obviously, there are people that are kind of high maintenance and wanting the best. I think if there's a poster child for how much hard work actually pays off, maybe Shirogane is there, considering failed entrance exams for the kindergarten and elementary school. Sure, he'd probably be applying for top level schooling and stuff, but now that he is number one in this school, with only a few hospital visits, he's got himself there. Personally, I feel like if I cut out all sorts of distractions, then maybe I could have actually put in the same level of effort, but... effort. But then again, I kind of like where I am in life at the minute. Things are going relatively okay, and I get to watch a lot of anime. So, can't complain too much. You really shouldn't need an intermediary. The back and forth via text, which kind of got a bit lost near the end there, but ask her yourself. He's got her contact, doesn't he? You can text her directly. Say, are you okay? She may not respond, and things are a bit icy and strange, but better than going through the maid first. Although maybe not, actually. He got pretty much the answers he needed, even if he took them in a rather dark way. He just needs a little win, and it'll get him back on his feet. The fact that she's trying to grow a little and take charge. Still wants to be the one to receive the kiss and have him be a little forthcoming in that right, but still backing down a little, taking off the mask, whether it be put up for social airs or your own protection, can lead to good things. I've said it before, but sometimes some of the most interesting things that have happened to me have been when I've stepped out of my comfort zone, done something kind of unexpected. Hasn't changed who I am. Just opened up a little horizons, new experience, see things slightly differently. And every time I see like a Japanese lunch, a bento and whatnot, I'm thinking, it looks so much better than just a couple of sandwiches. And then I also think, is it really necessary to make the hot dogs into little octopi? I mean, sure, it's artistic-y and looks pretty fun, but... okay, I've talked myself into it. I want little octopus hot dogs. But that entire scene of itself kind of is speaking out a little, in her zealotry to obtain a bit of his lunch, what she saw before and was unable to get. She was damaging everyone. Completely destroyed, and I'm sure Chika will work for it pretty fine. She seems unfazed when she was gulping down the, I can't remember what it was, but iced tea and tapioca and all that stuff. But I do like how it wasn't any kind of contrived reason to get Ishigami out of the room either. It's just, well, he doesn't have a lunch to offer over. I'm not sure he would, even if he did have one. Just, this seems a bit awkward. I'm running. It's for the best. There are a few more little side notes and the like with smaller characters, ones that have kind of popped up and about now and again. The Doctor, his grandson. See, some of it may be genetic. He doesn't really deviate much from his predecessors. Hopefully deviating a little, though, considering, young age father. But still, we have a lot to get into. The Ice Princess herself removing the mask, allowing a bit of vulnerability. Even her stupid side saying, no, you've started this, you've got a goal, we're seeing it through. I think most of the best part of it was when, in her little mindscape, it all came together, saying, if you give up now, even if your happy, bubbly personality gets the kiss you wanted, it's not a victory. If you can be loved in your darkest moments, that speaks volumes, really. We can all hide away who we are or what we want people to see. When you can be loved wholeheartedly, that's a feeling you don't ever want to lose. Not sure a magnitude of games and snark is really going to get you there, but you never know. Just don't take Kaguya-sama as some sort of manual, tutorial, if you will. Yeah, if you've enjoyed Kaguya-sama, make sure to come back, because there is one more episode at least. And I think it might be something good, or it will go in the complete 180. It will be devastating to me. And then we'll have to wait even longer for some sort of resolution. Who knows? But after so much hard work, some of us may need to sleep, especially if you're a little overworked. There's been plenty of times where I'm sure some of you have at least seen I'm looking a little haggard, more than usual. So I may take my own advice for once. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. Maybe join onto my Discord. But very much importantly, a tale we've learned in so many shows: you don't have to hide from yourself. You can be your own worst enemy, but there will be at least someone around to accept you for who you are, even if it's just some moron on the internet watching anime. Definitely get yourself some rest, so that I can see you in the next one. I really need to thank my patrons because they put the octopus sausages in my lunch. So, to Noku, Raywind, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Arkany, Guado, Danny Swee, Quayville, Kite, Diego Zenhausen, Ranka, Light Wizard 91, Tori Jane, SZ 9870, Maxwell, the Kebab Seller, and everyone else. No, I'm not really sharing, but if you insist, maybe you can have some of my leftover rice. But hey, at least we get to watch anime.